How bad do you want it to transform that physique from where you are to where you can be, where you believe you can be, but you're suppressing your potential and you're selling yourself short, man. On this channel, I talk about dieting and, workout routines, and, I'm trying to get people on a better path and to be of service to people, because I've been in that position where, life is just a bit shit. People are doubting you. You want to change your physique and your shitty eating habits because you haven't got the energy to get out of bed most of the time. What does it take to kind of leapfrog out of that situation and to make something of it, make something of yourself and apply yourself and have a physique that you truly want? Because, it's not just as simple as people make it out to be, as, oh yeah, just go on MyFitnessPal, track your calories and, go to the gym and get your 8 to 12 reps and progressive overload. Look, sometimes, dude, we got to screw up the mainframe a little bit, right? We've got to get out of the normality of life. You know exactly what I mean. You wake up, work, Netflix, gym, repeat. Wake up, work, gym, Netflix, repeat. I don't know what the fuck it is that you do in your life, but people just live in this loop. And, like the fitness journey that we, all of us are on, it's not just a physical transformation. We all got to just be honest with ourselves here. It's really a test of our character. And if you have that want factor, then you can get this shit done. It's not difficult to get in shape, guys. I woke up at 4 a.m. today and I just did my 100 pull-ups, and I always put this shit off, man. I've always told myself, I want to wake up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. and do all my pull-ups and shits, because I know when it comes to making videos like this, they come across more genuine. Like, I'm not a shitty YouTuber. I kind of respect your time and your attention. You can tell if someone is about it or not. You can just see in their eyes when they're filming the video and they're giving you advice on, like, yeah, you should follow this diet and I'm gonna sell you on this workout routine because it got me from this point to this point, right? And you could just tell, like, you can just tell in their eyes if they're really saying what they fucking mean. And I really mean what I'm about to say right now. 2 hours of sleep, guys, and I'm just pissed off. I did my 100 pull-ups, and I've had many times like this, especially when I was training for my marathon, and when I was doing things that really demanded something from me physically. All these science geeks will tell you on YouTube that, oh yeah, it's gonna harm your gains, or you're pushing yourself, you're overtraining and all this and all that. And in my opinion, it's better than under fucking training and just selling yourself short, in my opinion. It's better to do more damage to yourself than good for the temporary motivation to get out of your shit situation, right? So just shock your system a little bit, guys. Just kind of get up early one day and just fucking go on a run or something. When it's raining outside, and the pull-up bar I was on today, I was doing my 100 pull-ups. Fuck me, dude. Like, I had to wear a fucking hat. I've warmed up a little bit. I have to wear these fucking worker gloves right here. Because like, it's just covered in ice and shit, man. Like, I couldn't film earlier because of just how shitty it was. And, I love that though. Because when you're outside and the elements are shit and everything is just against you, man, it's that belief and that evidence that you're building up that, fuck, man, I'm actually capable of this shit. I can transform my physique and I can genuinely achieve amazing things, dude. This is just beyond workout routines and, me telling you what diet to go on and how to lean bulk and how to cut weight and, to get a six-pack and shit. Like, this is all great. But, when I got a six-pack for the first time, or I kind of looked in the mirror and I was like, fuck, man, I'm kind of impressed with my physique. And yeah, like, it's cool to have a nice physique and to look in the mirror and for people to kind of give you the validation, which is like kind of most of the reason why we actually do things, right? Which doesn't make any fucking sense because no one is really with you throughout the journey most of the time anyway, right? But it's for ourselves, guys. This thing that we do, this fitness journey, the business journey, the marathon, the gym, calisthenics, like this is shit that I'm doing and I love to do. Like, what the fuck is it that you love to do, dude? I see so many people that just only go to the gym and, they go on the treadmill and they're running and, like, there's just no fucking passion or grit in what they're doing, right? And with me, this is why I love the the gym calisthenics lifestyle that I'm on, because like I said earlier, with the wake up and you go to work and you watch Netflix and you go to the gym and you repeat the cycle, you go crazy. Your fitness journey has to be fun. This is why I love calisthenics. I'm training for my first ever my front lever. I want to get a handstand. I'm good at muscle ups. I'm trying to get better at muscle ups as well. And I'm not comparing myself to anyone, because like, oh yeah, comparison is the thief of joy. It fucking is, man. I could go on Instagram and I could look at some calisthenics dude that's been doing this shit for like 15 years, or someone that does gymnastics, or I bite the bullet and I sort of serve as inspiration for you guys. When I work out early in the morning and I kind of get the fuck after it, because like, as extraordinary as I could put myself on a pedestal and boast about my accomplishments, that like kind of like most fitness influencers will do, I'm just a normal fucking guy that works hard, man. Maybe that's something you can relate to, man. When I went through my physique transformation from someone that was skinny fat to in shape and ripped, I fucking wanted it bad, man. This is what this video is about. It's about wanting it. It's that want factor. I'm so fed up of just, going on my phone and, scanning food on my Fitness Pal and fitness influencers telling me, oh yeah, track your calories and going to the gym and just like I'm not seeing fucking progress, man. I'm not seeing it. And like there just comes a day where you kind of just look at the 99% of the fucking days you've existed that you failed, and you decide, today's that fucking 1% day where I actually make a difference, dude. It's gonna override any of the bullshit that is just that self-created evidence that I'm just a loser. I'm not a loser, I'm a winner. And whenever you go on a path like I'm telling you guys to go on, whether it's the physique transformation, to watch my video guides on how to improve your diet so you can, get a better bang for your buck in your results whenever you go to the gym, and you get into that 8, 9, 10, 12 rep range, right? And diet, nutrition, supplementing, everything good, right? That's the want factor we're talking about. It's not about looking at my advice and the numbers and the metrics. It's about having fucking heart with what you're doing, man. And no one's gonna be a part of your journey, because most people are just fucking losers, dude. When I started the marathon, I wanted to get a sub 3 hour and 30 minute time. That's what I wanted. That was a goal that I set, a plan of success that started on New Year's Eve, and race day was on May 11th. And I made that bet with a few other friends, like housemates, and I signed up to the marathon. I put like £100 to actually join the competition. You can't just run a marathon for free. So, you kind of join in the winter time. You're like, yep, I'm gonna do the winter training. New Year's Eve is great. Everyone's excited on New Year's Eve, right? But this story is about why 99% of people on New Year's Eve don't achieve their goals, because the 1% actually go for the winter training like I did. You're excited for week 1, week 2, but when you get to weeks 4, 5, and 6, you realize like it's fucking snowing outside, and like my shoes is losing grip on the ground. I'm falling on my ass all the time, and I'm actually behind schedule to even get my sub 3 hour and 30 minute time as well. And on top of that, you got fucking life going on. Like, we've all got our priorities, right? I want to do YouTube as a business. You've got your own thing, right? But whenever we're doing like fitness goals like this, we start to just come up with reasons to kind of doubt the journey, right? But I stuck it out, because lo and behold, when I'm going through that marathon training, halfway through it, everybody is just fucking silent. It's just you and your shadow running outside. No one is going to be with you. And then it comes a race day, everyone's like, oh wow. All the people that, were kind of doubting you in the beginning. I remember those Christmas dinners that I had. Were like, oh yeah, you should play it a little bit small and do a half marathon only, because last time I fucking checked, if you're giving me advice on what goals I can pursue, you haven't got the credential sheets to tell me what I can and cannot achieve. I want to do this marathon. in a sub 3 hour and 30-minute time, guys. Just like the want factor that you should have for transforming your physique and getting the fuck after this shit, man. So it comes race day, May 11th. It's 35 degrees Celsius, hot as fuck, right? All right, boom, race goes. You know, you're carb loaded, right? So you spend like 3 days before race day carb loading. So you feel pretty good about yourself. So yeah, race starts. First 13, 14 miles, it's pretty good, half of the race. You feel solid. All the crowds are around you, they're cheering on, but man, that last half of the race, something is a little bit different, you know. I was used to running 18, 19, 20 miles, and everybody talks about when you get to the last 10 kilometers, the race gets infinitely more difficult. And I was actually ahead of schedule. I was about to get like a 3 hour and 20-minute time, right? So I was excited, but you know, my legs turned to sludge. The energy gels that I used to fuel up, they ran out. I haven't got any water because, you know, all the water stations, they're all packed full. So, I can't get it in time because I'll lose time. So I'm fucked. I'm fucked up, man. I can barely walk. And then there's these runners who have these little flags, and it has a time written on it. And if you follow that guy to the finish line, you'll get that time for the marathon. And the 3 hour and 30-minute flag runs by me at 100 miles an hour. It just goes past, my fucking dream. I'm just standing there like, dude, I've been doing months of this training. I'm literally standing at the exact same spot on the marathon race because I actually lived next to the course. You know, like, months and months and months and winter and summer and all these times, the dream has just gone past me. So what do you do in that moment? What do you do in that moment where your character is tested? You're in the gym, you're on the 8th rep, you don't want to do the fucking drop set because your legs barely fucking work on leg day. You're pussying out and selling yourself short, but you haven't got anything to give. So you tie a knot on that motherfucker. You make it work, man. So I jog a little bit and then I stop. I grit my teeth and I jog a little bit and I stop, and I keep doing it, and then eventually that jog turns into, you know, a better jog, and you know, I move my upper torso like a spastic because, you know, my leg is like sludge. So, you know, I'm just moving my body in weird ways just to get my fucking legs to move. And then I catch up to the guy. The 3:30 flag, overtake that fucker, and I cross the line, man. Whenever lactic acid builds up, whenever people are doubting your journey, whenever you have a goal and you're halfway through the journey and then your workout partner has given up on the goal, doesn't want to be a part of your journey anymore because, you know, maybe it's getting a little bit too hard, and, you know, I've got to rest a little bit more because these YouTubers are telling me to rest a little bit more. Tie a knot on that motherfucker and grit your teeth and stick out that fucking path, that body transformation, or the skill you want to learn in calisthenics, or the fucking tennis competition you want to enter because, you know, it's a sport you love but you haven't really applied yourself, right? That is what this shit is about. I didn't give a fuck when I crossed the line. All right, the marathon is done. I crossed the line, I stopped running, and I got into calisthenics, and, you know, my interests have changed, right? I've checked the box. That's done. If you don't check the box, you've set a goal and a plan, you don't follow that plan, you don't check the box, an overthinking state of debates and excuses will come up for the rest of your life. This is more than just fitness. This is fucking life and death, man. There's so many people walking around. They may as well just not be alive at this point. You need that want factor. Because if you doubt the journey, you don't have that want factor, the journey, you just give up at that point. You're not going to achieve the goal. To get in shape and to transform is so much harder to do than to just maintain that state. to have an amazing physique actually takes 10% of the effort to maintain it, as opposed to getting it. It's like way harder to get an amazing physique. For me to, to get like a 7 minute and 30-second mile pace leading up to my marathon. Oh, my phone just fell down, ignore that. For me to get that pace for the marathon, it's easy, like it's hard to get there, but it's so easy to maintain it, right? Like when your cardio is good, you don't have to work as hard to maintain it. So for you to make a body transformation, like with all the stories that I've told you and what you know about me, and the importance of having, that want factor, how bad you want it, how bad you want to transform that physique, from where you are at right now, I can really I can empathize with you so much, because I've been in that spot where I was skinny fat, and I've dieted for like maybe a few weeks at a time, and then I gave up on my diet, and then I'm just binge eating again, and then I try to hop on a diet again, and I got motivated by some fucking some bullshit YouTube videos by David Goggins, and then I give up 2 weeks later, and it's just a constant cycle of like success and giving up and giving up and giving up and giving up. But that's how the want factor is born, guys. You go through enough shit, and you still have that kind of ambition in yourself. Things will work out, man. And I just want to be of service to people and to inspire you guys. So the only way that I can really feasibly do that, in a way that's productive, is to invite you guys to my school community. Link in the description. Got a bunch of workout routines, and to help fix your fucking dopamine, so you can be motivated to go after your goals. I want to educate you guys on this sort of stuff. I'm not a dumbass or a jackass. I've listened to Andrew Huberman, and I want to study, properly, and be like a living example and proof of what, can become of ourselves as young men, right? If you really sort of apply yourself, to not just get you that body transformation, but to also help you out, mentally, so it reflects on your body, but also in your life, man, because world's your oyster, man. If you've got some accountability, which I never had, then I want to be that for you guys, for you. So link in the description if you want to show me that support, and you want me to be, kind of be on your side on the A team and help you out. 2 hours of sleep, 100 pull-ups later, and got to edit a few videos today, release a few ebooks. Got a big mission ahead of me, man, and you've got your mission too. So get the fuck off this video if you watch it to the end, and do some push-ups and just make yourself proud, man. Subscribe to this channel and check out this video that the YouTube algorithm is suggesting you. It will probably help you out, a diet guide or whatever the fuck it is it's going to show you. Anyways, appreciate you watching, bro. Take care.